or 2 times, whatever. There's
The poker players know.
They know, and they have fun. It's a fun event.
We got 2 or 3 things going on at the Delta Grand. I'm going to throw out some dates and what's going on. Saturday the 12th, they're going to do a computer class from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can call 331-3131. Our old friend Shane Stevens Computer Services, I think, is involved with that. We got a glass making class by Miss Christine Ledoux. Monday the 14th and Tuesday the 15th. That's 2 nights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. $60 a person, all about working in glass. And you can call, I guess, the Delta Grand or call parish government and get more info. They're also doing one more thing. The 26th of the month, they're going to have Flip Orley, the comedian and hypnotist. He's going to do his show there at the Delta. And just before that, there's even going to be a dinner if you want to go to the dinner at Cafe Breen. Contact maybe Cafe Breen to get some info on that.
The first annual Opelousas Catholic Skeet Shoot Challenge. Oh, that's
that's the wrong color. Put that flat when you read it, because there's a hole in your chest when you go right in front of the green screen.
And that's going to be April the 30th. A good ways off, but you are going to be called upon, or if you like to do this skeet shooting, maybe you could call Jude Orman at Dupree Carrier Gotcha and get some more details. But it's going to be held at Long River Lodge in Melville, Louisiana. And it's going to be I went over there the other day. It's a beautiful setting, beautiful place. Charles Canatella, who operates the lodge there, they're just friendly. They want everybody to pass a good time.
Did they cook some of those skeets for y'all?
Well,
if you hunt them, you must have to eat them.
Well, we got there in between lunch and dinner, so we missed out. But what we did do, we stopped at the Canatella Mercantile store.
Welcome back, yes, hello.
And we stopped in and we bought some muffalata sandwiches.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That Grant Canatella and like his crew cook up over there. And it's worth a ride. They're not open on Sunday, but Monday through Saturday, they're open till about 6 o'clock at night. And it's worth a ride. If you're a motorcyclist, it's a good ride. If you have a convertible, put the top down and go. Or if you have a whole bunch of kids in the Suburban, go in your Suburban.
There you go.
It's a beautiful ride along the Chaffalaa River there, from Crotch Springs to Melville.
God's country, man. God's country. Palmetto's right around the corner. I grew up right there.
I set myself up to hear that story again.
Miss Kathy Davis said good morning to her friends at Grooming by Sue, Miss Sue Elder over on K Avenue that does dog grooming. Good morning to y'all. And I got 2 scholarship notices here. I got Charles and Antonia Lilly Memorial Scholarship for St. Leonard Parish High School seniors. You can get it through your high school, the paperwork. Scholarship's $1,000 given by KC Council, Knights of Columbus Council, 1173, given by the Lilly family. You got till April 30th, or call Ken Thibodeau at 942-2736. And Opelousas General Health System gives scholarships for people that are in school for nursing or medical related study. So you got till April the 12th on that. Go to opelousasgeneral.com or call the foundation at Opelousas General, 594-3499.
Rumble on the River. How about that? Live professional boxing. And of course, that's at the Lafayette, Hilton, and Towers. And of course, they're right on Vermilion River there. And they're going to have some real good fights. It looks like they'll have 6 matches. There'll be a title fight. Mason Menard will be defending his title. And the main event is going to be the return of the lethal weapon, Jared LeBlanc, coming on back. And really nice. And of course, anytime that Chad Broussard, Bad Chad, anytime that he works with one of these promotions, he tries to make sure that you get your money's worth, tries to make it as entertaining as possibly can.
There you go.
And so and that's going to be on March the 12th. That's not this Saturday here, but next Saturday. I bet his uncle is there. Uncle from
Bork,
Mr. Raoul Bork.
Got it.
That's his nephew, Chad. Chad.
LHC Group, all your home health care needs. If it's the beds, if it's the oxygen equipment, if it's the nurses, the therapists, whatever you need, LHC Group can help you with all that type of stuff. They've got hospice care, palliative care with their sister companies, and they're all over the United States. You know, we talk about they're buying up places in, you know, the West Coast, the East Coast, the Gulf Coast, all around. LAC Group can help you. It's all about helping people, and of course, the great work they do in the community. I know they're very involved. Just did the Boudin Run to help the veterans with the Veterans Memorial right now. So if you see anything about donating for the Veterans Memorial, don't be scared to send a check.
I understand that the amateur boxing, the Louisiana Golden Gloves, was held last weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Went off real well. They used a gymnasium. I think they were at NP Moss, and it's the only air-conditioned gymnasium around the Lafayette area. And
it's a big new building.
New building, and I understand from Bo and Deidre that they're going to be going to the regional with a group of real good, talented boxers. So we wish them nothing but the best. I see where UL softball, the girls are doing it again.
Doing well.
Doing very. I don't think they've been defeated yet this year.
How about
what about the labor dispute? What you said? What you say about that?
I don't. You know, they got a deadline that they had to have the thing in the original contract, so they had to settle it by this week. I don't think they're going to make it for this week. I think they got to go to the next phase of negotiation. It's a bunch of money, and everybody wants their cut. And everybody's trying to figure out how to make it work. And the owner's pie, the overall pie gets bigger, but the percentage gets smaller for the owners. It gets bigger for the players. And there's just that worry. Those, you know, you see those big contracts, those 40 million, 60 million. There's always that worry if they put too much, if they top and load this thing on one or two of the big draft picks, the guy on the bottom can't get as much either. So they got to figure out a way to make the owners have enough money to keep their facilities up nice, because they want to have nice stadiums like the Cowboys just built. Or the new redone Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah, we just spent a lot
redid
of money.
that. You got to find. We did.
Taxpayers.
But then some teams, the teams pay too. In Dallas, most of the money half the money was put up by the ownership there. So they got to find a way to make it balanced, because towns are not going to always be able to build these stadiums. It takes the ownership to get involved too. So they got to find a balance. Let's hope they make it.
You know, they're talking about the Kentucky Derby already. You know, that's right. It's right around the corner, and they had a horse that was, I think, ranked. They already ranking from their 2-year-old season.
Right.
This horse sold it. How you sold it?
Sold that.
Sold that. Yeah. SOLDAT. Sold that. Must be a Cajun horse. They must have
Cajun trainer or something.
Yeah. Anyhow, he won the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream Park last Saturday, and he moved up from the 10th ranking to the 3rd ranked horse.
Because they don't get to run a lot of races between now and the Derby, so one big race is enough to move you way up the ranks right now.
And what else you have?
Well, if you want to go, I got to talk about a sponsor, Creative Travel. If you're trying to go to all these different horse races, maybe you're going to Kentucky to go see the Derby. Maybe you're going to some of the qualifying races. Maybe you're going just to New Orleans right there to go see. Where's the Louisiana Derby? No, that's in New Orleans, or that's in New Orleans. In New Orleans. If you go to the fairgrounds, you know, Creative Travel can book all that kind of stuff for you: the hotel rooms, the rental cars, the flights for your friends coming in to meet you. They do all that at Creative Travel, and tickets for events as well. They know about the details of what you need to travel. You know, it's always that thing: is that shampoo bottle too big? They got all the rules about that. They got the maps in the airport, so you can figure out an easier way to switch your flights. Creative Travel, all your travel needs.
I was reading in the classified ads.
Yes, sir.
Antiques and classics, and they had this. I thought it was real cute. A 1966 Cadillac DeVille convertible, a real nice looking. That's when Cadillacs were big. Now they make all kinds. I think they're selling a lot more of the small to medium size. Anyhow, this car, it runs like a Swiss clock.
1966.
1966.
That was a very good year.
You were born that year. Golly. I'm just
playing into my hand all day.
Playing into your hand all day long. But can you imagine, runs like a Swiss clock? I hadn't heard expressions like this. We used to use those a lot, but I don't think they use that too much anymore. But one thing that I did enjoy last Sunday was the races over in Arizona, NASCAR race. And after 66 losses, Jeff Gordon finally got to the victory. And
the old Rainbow Warrior at one time.
And he was being chased. Well, no, he passed. He passed Kyle Busch with, I think, 12 laps to go. And Kyle Busch had won the truck race on Friday night, the nationwide race on Saturday night, and he was leading until 12 laps to go.
He's strong right now.
He's tough.
But you see, Jeff Gordon hadn't won in a long time, but he was second a whole bunch of times. So it didn't take much to break through.
No, but I was glad because he has been a real good, clean competitor. You never hear anything bad about him. He's very photogenic. He sells a lot of merchandise.
He looks good, so the ladies watch.
Yeah.
You need that too.
In fact, he even changed ladies one time.
He did that too.
Did that too. But
that's happened to some of my friends.
Yep. And it cost him a lot of money. What about our boy?
Ooh, LSU?
Mikey.
Baseball. Right now, he had one bad game this weekend. A bad game for him, still better than everybody else. He is on right now.
Remember we showed his mama. We
right.
talked about his mother being at the game. And
exactly. And he's having a career year. Nobody's ever hit the ball as hard as him right now. I mean, he is just on. He is on.
And they're not supposed to be hitting it because they change bats.
Change the bats to make that old soft bat. But I tell you what, if it was any harder, I hate to see where he'd hit the ball. I mean, hitting it out the park. Now, we're talking about veterans early in World War I. I don't think you were a World War I veteran, right?
No.
But you served your country.
Yeah, National Guard.
National Guard.
And I didn't realize that we were eligible, but talking to Link Savoy, he says, no, Bobby, Louisiana National Guard members are eligible for the
United States Armed Services Medal.
That's right, the Honor Medal they call it. And there's a picture of mine right there. I'm holding it in my hand right now, but our executive producer of the show,
shot a nice
Mr.
picture
Mark, shot a nice picture of it. Anyhow, we thank you, Mark, and I want to thank Link for recommending that I go, and I went and signed up. And mine got mailed to me, and it was kind of by an accident. They sent the notice that for me to go and pick it up at a meeting, being held maybe in Lafayette or someplace. I forgot, either Opelousas or Lafayette. And it was returned. The letter was returned, and so the lady ran me down on my phone. And she says, by the way, would you like for me to mail it to you?
I said, easier.
That would be much easier for me. Thank you very much. So anyhow, that's proof that I did get mine.
1 minute left.
What, of the show?
Right, I want to remind everybody, Mardi Gras this weekend, be careful, all the way through Tuesday. Wednesday's Ash Wednesday. I know St. Landry's got ashes at 12:05. And at 5:30 p.m., I think. Is it 5:30? Boy, you see, I'm talking too fast. Huh? I think it's 5:30 on Ash Wednesday, but I might be wrong. 5:30. It is 5:30 if you want to get your ashes. So 12:05 and 5:30. And all through Lent at the Big Red Church, 12:05 Mass every day. So if you want to go to Mass, a lot of people like to do it during Lent. 30-minute Mass, you can go there during your lunch.
Veterans of the Vietnam War, did you get tested for Agent Orange? If you need some information on that, call Link Savoy in Sunset, Louisiana.
You got it.
And it's time for the closing. We want to remind you that we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice this weekend, and a little prayer thought. Lord Jesus, help me to pattern my life after you. Grant that I might imitate you completely in all my thoughts, words, and deeds. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Tell a friend. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.